I am super sorry about that. I cannot find my mic for a little bit. So anyway, guys, we left off here, and I figured out the greatest story for this. Okay, so there have been reports of terrorism. The first terrorism attack was when this was a failed attempt ballista, when they heard explosions outside of their homes, and then they saw a piece of exploded land, and they saw land and stuff, and then they even saw some diamonds what they thought they can use, but they actually blow up too, which they really don't. And then over here, it was another night when another terrorism attack happened, and it failed also, and it blew up on this sacred piece of land right next to their crops. Luckily, none of the crops were destroyed. Now, when they were asleep again, they did this right in front of two people's houses. It shot right across and blew up their sacred water. Now they can't even have their water because all their water is contaminated. Then these machines were reported to be shots fired into this little hole right here, making a huge dent, getting people stuck in there. And then there's also been a rash of TNT cannons being shot off the top of people's houses and over there to land. And then there's also arrows being shot from the top. But then we decided to call the police when somebody burned their house down. We called the police. The first people to arrive were the police, and they wound up parking all the way on the other side. When they asked what was wrong, they didn't really see anything. And so they explained to them all of this. So then they brought in the police riots. The police riots swarmed every house for any evidence and stuff like that. And then these people right here, these are just the people who pulled up and noticed like all of this mess and said, "Can we help?" And they said yes. Just pulled up and said, "We're helping." And then the cops and riots also called 2 prison buses if they were to catch any terrorist in this neighborhood, okay? If they were to catch any terrorist in here, they would be put on the prison bus and sent to maximum security lockdown. And basically the ambulance and the fire truck, and they also say that this is going to be on the news, so even the helicopter is going to be on the way. So anyway, guys, that was just the story. I put what am I going to do, because literally I'm so confused right now. Now if you're wondering why is there a diamond H right there, that means my freaking helicopter is going to be right there, okay? I don't want that space to be taken because that's the perfect place for the helicopter to be, right in the middle. The reason for this is because the helicopter is going to be taking unharmed villagers to another village that was built nearby. Hopefully none of the terrorists escape and destroy that village also. So any unharmed citizens will get on that helicopter and fly over to the sacred village over there. Okay, I'm doing it wrong. Over there. Just in the distance over there. You can probably see it sometimes. And any harmed citizens will be taken to a hospital for medic care. And any people who have been found in terrorism will be put on this bus and sent to maximum security lockdown, as you guys already saw. And then there'll also be some riot people who will be in the back of this van, freaking serving and protecting in here. Like literally, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace these with levers once I put some villagers in. I'm going to put some levers on there, and I'm going to be like, charge, charge, charge. They're literally going to charge into their own village and search for any terrorism happening. Now, these iron golems were sent here to protect this city after it was destroyed, while we have to get this ambulance and this fire truck on the way. Now, the fire truck I know is definitely going to be over there, but I don't know where the ambulance is. And what I really don't understand is when you call the ambulance, why does the fire truck come with? I mean, like, what if it's not a fire? What if it's just an ambulance emergency? Like, if you were to call 911 and say, help, I'm in a fire, literally you called the wrong number. You're supposed to call 411. 411 is the ambulance. If you're in a fire, if you're in a fire and you only had 3 contacts, who are the people you would contact? First person I would contact is the ambulance. Then I will contact the police. Then third contact, I don't know, I'll just call a random person. So anyway, this is the terrorism that all happened. Okay, so that spot is being specially reserved. That spot is being specially reserved for a helicopter. The ambulance shouldn't really be over here because there's like nothing happened on this side of the village. Which actually, and then look at this. This actually seems pretty weird. People have said that the attacks are probably coming from here. Looking at the similarity from the houses and how close they are together. Maybe they want to be so close together, and maybe the reason like these 2 houses aren't destroyed yet are because they're probably the 2 terrorists who ever live in this house. Because I mean, they literally have such a dark room where they can be planning their attacks on this village. So literally, that's why the police pulled up on this side, because they think that the terrorism is going on over here. But as you get deeper into the village, no other house looks exactly the same except for people who decided to copy other people. Like these houses right here kind of look similar, but they're not similar. But I guess the reason why they would want to be so close together is because they don't have to walk all the way across the village with bombs and stuff. So basically they probably built their houses right in front of each other so they didn't get caught. So they said the terrorism they think is coming from over there. So they're probably going to put them in maximum security lockdown. So basically we're just going to keep the villagers in here. We're going to keep the villagers in here. We're going to keep 2 villagers in here since we know who the terrorists are. Now, the people on the other, like literally, this is just going to be so cool. Now, in most prison buses, they have a gate that separates the men from the women. So I think we might want to do that. So how many rows of seats do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. We're going to have to divide it right at the 3 point, which is right here. Now, most people would separate it by a block, but I suggest dividing it by an iron bar, because the iron bar would be the best way to divide the girls from the boys. Now, the only problem is you can't get it on the carpet, so you're going to have to beat the carpet if you want to do it, just like this. And if you want to, you can bring these 2, you can bring this down 1, just like that. Now, don't put it in the middle or else you're going to mess it up. Because as a matter of fact, there's actually, no. Because as a matter of fact, there's actually supposed to be 1 guard in the front and 1 guard in the back. And then there's supposed to be like a little window in the middle, just in case they need to chat with each other. So then we're going to put a piece of glass here. And then I think they should all connect. Yeah. So yeah, this way they can literally just look through. Be like, hey, come here. Then they can just chat with each other. She's actually supposed to be a guard that stands up here or sits up here on the right on the back of the driver with a gun and says everybody hush, and then he walks to the back. If nobody's not quiet, he'll shoot them. Then there's also going to be a guard in the back. And I bet you guys are wondering, like, how are you supposed to get the guard in the back? I forgot how to, but there's a door there, but I don't want them to escape. So yeah, so these iron golems will even sit here to save the villagers from being killed from these terrorists. And I don't know why this police hog is over here. I meant to delete this. Alright, so anyway guys, if you guys do know, I have to develop some new technology, and you guys should know what it is by now. It is the ambulance, the fire truck, and the helicopter. I have to figure these out. And then after that, after we build all of that stuff, then the main focus that we have to focus on is making the prison, the police station, and the hospital. We have to make those 3 buildings next. This way, this will actually start to begin to look like a real world. Now, guys, what I want to do, is we're going to try to build Steve today. Now, if you know what Steve looks like, I'm going to show you. I mean, if you don't know what Steve looks like, I'm going to show you. I'm pretty sure everybody should know who Steve is. If you don't know who Steve is, you're an idiot, okay? Now, see, here's what I want to say. Why does it say, I mean, I understand this is the auto-selected skin that you normally get, but then why would you put next to it Steve if this is already the auto-select? So anyway, I actually like Steve. But anyway, this is Steve. He has light gray shoes. He has brown arms. So look, we have to remember all these colors, okay? He has gray, dark blue, light blue, brown, purple, black. Yeah, that's a lot of colors to remember from a guy named Steve. But literally, if you look at the top left corner, you can actually see a mini radar of me. But when I pull up this map, it goes up. So we're going to need gray wool. We're going to need some dark blue wool. Then we're going to need some light blue wool. Then we're also going to need some brown wool. But actually, that's a little bit too dark for his skin. So we'll probably find another block that kind of looks like that. But the brown wool will be his hair. And then a darker blue, like lapis lazuli, will be his eyes. And then for his pupils, or like the outside of his eye, we're going to use block of quartz. And for his arms, we're going to use dirt. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's not. I'm kidding. That's not what we're building. We're just going. I don't know what I want to build. Okay, I'm trying to figure out a way to build an ambulam. And I bet you guys are like, why aren't you building it now? Well, I mean, if I'm making a broadcast, I can't really think because I have to talk to you and think at the same time. That's not gonna work. So I have to think on my own time. So let me think. And then I also have to think where to put it. Like literally, where would be the best place to put an ambulam? Literally, I'm gonna go straight on the top of this village. And you guys tell me where would be the best place to put an ambulance on this map. Okay, the H means helicopter. The helicopter has 1, 2, 3, 4 houses, and so does those 2 cops. Those 4 hogs have those 2 houses right there, and then those police riots have those last houses over there. So the ambulam is pretty much obsolete. The helicopter, however, is not obsolete because the helicopter is taking people to a safer village with more protection. And then the prison bus is for people who have been caught and found and are going to be put in maximum security detention. So I don't know where's the best place to put it, but I'm kind of thinking putting the ambulance right in the middle of the map, like right here, like the center of the action, like right in the center of the action, but they wouldn't be able to rush them in quickly. You need to be able to like rush somebody quickly from somewhere, but I think this would be the best place. No, I think that would be the best place, but that place is reserved for the fire truck. So let's go ahead and mark an F over here, letting us know that the fire truck is automatically going to be there. F. That part is specially reserved for the fire truck. F. Let's see. Now, looking at all of these areas, I think the best place to put an ambulam would be right here after all these explosions that happened, because there can actually be some injured villagers. Like over there's actually 2 villagers stuck in a ditch and can't even get out. And look, Oh wait, actually there's more. 2 more fell in. It's actually 4 of them stuck in the ditch. Right, 5 of them stuck in the ditch. And there's no kids, of course there aren't. But there's 5 of them stuck in the ditch and they can't figure out a way to get out. So this would be the perfect place to put an ambulam. So let's put an A here. Let's put an A. You guys are like, what kind of A is this? I know what I... Can you please move before I knock you into the... Get into the ditch. Oh, snap. 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, wait, no. It's only 6. I made 6 villagers get in there now. Alright. But you guys are like, what kind of A is this? I know what kind of A it is, okay? Oh, wait, it's too wide. It's only 2 blocks. This would be the perfect place to put an ambulam right here. A stands for ambulam. And there goes F for fire truck. And then maybe we'll also put an ambulam over here too. So once I figure out how to develop those, I will be building the ambulam and the fire trucks in those exact places. So pretty much the ambulams are actually, I bet you guys are like, why are you saying ambulams? That's not the right word. I like to say ambulams instead of ambulance. That's boring. Say ambulam. So anyway, the ambulam, I'm sorry, it's so fun saying ambulam. So, and I bet you guys are wondering why is the prison bus right in front of the incident that happened? Well, because when the prison buses had pulled up, they were actually able to catch one terrorist who fired this bomb off. And when he fired the bomb off, the cop had got out the car and tried to arrest him, but the TNT blew up and he was injured and wounded. Now, when it comes to prisoners being wounded before they go onto like a prison bus or onto a freaking cop car, the cops don't care. Their main priority is to get them in jail before they kill somebody. So basically, if you got injured, they don't even care if your legs are blown the freak off. They will drag you on this prison bus and put you on there, okay? I've seen it so many times. Like literally, if you've ever watched the news, I've seen so many people get shot in their legs, in their arms, in their head, and they're still alive. But they still take them to jail, and they get medical care there. Like in prison, the medical care in there is poor. Like, say if somebody stabs you with a shiv or something like that. I'm sorry, I had to say that. Say if somebody stabs you with something and it gets stuck in your arm. Here's what the medical care would do. They would just pull it out, and most likely they might put a band-aid on it. Like that huge wound, and you gonna give me a tiny little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles band-aid? Really? But still, a fire truck, ambulance, like, dude, this is such a great place to put them. 3, 6, yeah, there's 6 villagers stuck in this dam. But still, they were able to find one of them, and when he launched off his attack, the TNT blew up in his face, but he was still alive, but he was injured. He was crucially injured, but they did not care. They were just worried about getting paid, so they took him to jail. I'm kidding. He's supposed to be on the prison bus. It's a fake prison bus, yeah. Fake prison bus. Now, I think the prison bus idea was actually pretty good. I actually like the prison bus. Now, you see, the thing is, I know there's a way that we can actually make this prison bus look a little bit better. I know there's something missing on this prison bus. I just don't know what it is. Whatever it is, we're going to figure it out. We ain't going to figure it out now. So anyway, he was crucially injured. He's not really sitting on there, but he just pretend he's sitting on there. And literally, he lost an arm and a leg in that explosion. He's just sitting on there bleeding out. When they reach the prison, the dude's gonna be dead. Uh-oh. Look at that. A villager found his way out. I like that. So now we only have 5 people inside this ditch because somebody apparently found the way out of the ditch. Uh-oh, is he going? Is he going to the way out? Oh, nope, he turned around. I bet you guys are like, why is the fire not spreading? I turned it off because then it just would be boring because now it's pretty much done. Alright, so. I'm still okay, so the ambulance are, or the ambulances, I'm going to say the right word. The ambulances are in place. The helicopter's in place. What else? Now we just need to figure out where we need to put the prison, the hospital, and the police station. So, and the fire department. Thank you. Somebody had reminded me. And the fire department. So, we're going to need red wool. Okay, and then we're also going to need blue wool. And we're going to need black wool. The black wool stands for prison. Blue wool stands for police station. And then the red stands for ambulance and fire department. So how about the fire department can be right here? Wait, one more. F. Oh, wrong. F. D. Okay, I think I messed up on that because I know I know what you're thinking. I messed up on this thing right here, but then it would be uneven. Okay. I mean, all I have to do is extend this on one, and we can delete these 2 blocks. Put it. No, it's perfect in that spot. There are FD, and why does that look like something's wrong here? Okay, there we go, there we go. So, FD stands for fire department. I mean, the fire department might be a little bit too close to the village, because I don't feel like having to, like, fly so freaking far away, and then I have to make a road that literally comes to here, so I don't want to have to make it too far. Now, ever since the attack of the terrorists, we're going to put the police department right here. So let's go ahead and make a P for police department. P as in police department. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's pretty on D. Okay? Pretty on D. No homo, okay? Literally, if my friends were here right now, they would be like, yeah. Okay? Because literally, if you're a boy, you should know what that means. There we go. D. Police department. We have fire department, police department. Then we have to make a hospital. And then we have to make the prison. Now I think now but most of you are like, you're just putting them all around. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea, just in case anybody gets hurt. They can be sitting right over here. But the prison is actually going to be pretty far. So let's put H here. And I'm hoping I don't get confused on accident and accidentally put the helicopter here. I've seen somebody do it. I mean, it wasn't their fault. They got confused. H, hospital. And then the prison is going to be very, 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 like literally, the village has to be out of sight. That's how far it is. And if we see another village, we have to go past that one too. Okay, so I think we can't really, nope, I can still see it. We have to literally go so freaking far, we can't even see the village anymore. Okay, yeah, that should be enough. So let's go ahead and make our P for prison right here. What would you do for a contact bar? 1, 2, 3, and boom, and boom. Then we have to extend it by 3. Boom, P. Well, actually, that's too long. There we go. Now, let's use my map to get me back home. Okay, yeah, that's pretty far out the map. Okay, yeah, that's pretty far out the map, okay? That's pretty freaking far out the map. That's pretty far out the map. Look, it's loading up every single thing on this map. Are you serious? Did my iron golem fall in there too? That's 3, 6. Oh wow, somebody fell back in. Now there's 7 people. So we got fire truck. If we're lucky, I can probably build one. Then an ambulance. Then fire department, helicopter, police department, ambulance, hospital. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. We got everything perfected. Now let's just zoom out and see what this looks like. So we have to zoom out pretty far if we want to see everything. Like I don't even see PD yet. Okay, so this is our setup. H, helicopter. H over there means hospital. Then we have A, which means ambulance. We also have another ambulance over here along with the fire truck. So we're going to start with the vehicles first. We have the helicopter, which is over there, the ambulance, the fire truck, and we have 2 ambulances on 2 sides, and then we're going to go with the buildings. Fire department, police department, and hospital. Now, look, just tell me, look at the differences between them. Like, it's such an easy thing to find out. Look at how far each one is and tell me which one looks closest. Is it A, FD, B, PD, or C, H? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is C. C is the closest to the village. Look how close it is. Like literally, if I go down there and count how many blocks away it is, it's going to be the closest. Look how close it is to their crops. And look how close it is to all that fire and stuff. A hospital is the closest. Now what do you think is the second closest? FD or PD? Now look closely. Because I bet you most of you are probably like FD is closer. Actually, PD is closer. But you guys like want, like how? Just look at it. Just look at PD and look at FD. Just think about it for a minute. How about if we just face this way? How about if we zoom in for a little bit? You're going to see how close it is, okay? So look how close it is, okay? This is how far we have to zoom out. We have to look straight down. Look how far we have to zoom out just to see the tip of the letters. Okay? Now let's go to PD. So once we see the path, that's when we stop. I mean, not when we stop. Once we see the tip of the letters, that's when we stop. Now tell me, don't you see the difference? Now, H definitely is really close. Look, we're going to look straight down, and all we have to do is like go up like 2 inches, and we'll already see the H. See, look at that. We already see the H. Now we just have to see the tip of it. Now tell me that is not close, okay? Like literally, I'm going to count the blocks. So every 5, I'm going to put a block up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block up. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Okay, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 21 blocks away from the village. 21 blocks away from the village. Now, what about PD? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block up. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so look how many that is. That's a lot, isn't it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 49 blocks away. The police department is 49 blocks away. Now, I don't even feel like doing this one because I know this is even longer. So we're going to go ahead and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block up. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow. Actually, I think the fire department is closer than the police department. Police department is 49 blocks away. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 44 blocks away. So whoever said that fire department was closer than police department, you are correct. But see, I might have thought police department was closer because of how big the letter is. Looking at how big the letters are, see, look how big the D is. No homo. Look how big compared the D is in fire department and how big the D is in police department. The D over there is so freaking big that it makes it look like it's a shorter distance away. But this one's smaller, so it makes it look like it's closer. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My legs hurt. I got 1 hour before I go to sleep. See you guys.